Hey, what's up? Pete here, and let's build authority in your industry. The reason why we're talking about authority today is because you probably know this already. In order to sell your product or service successfully, for you to run a business that's highly profitable, working with the clients that you love to help and support, you really need to be the go-to authority within your industry or marketplace. But that's quite a big question. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is break down a specific way that you can build authority in a genuine manner without having to become an influencer, without having to show up on social media every single day, without having to post 1,000 times a day on Twitter or Facebook or whatever the new social media platform is, and actually get to work doing what you enjoy, helping to transform your clients' lives and being able to charge properly for it. That's all coming up in this video. So without any delay, let's get into it. So to kick off today's video, as opposed to looking at why we need to be an authority, let's understand market buyer behavior first. You know already that if you're going to invest properly in some kind of solution, and I'm assuming that you either A, offer some kind of solution that makes a transformation or significant shift in the life of your client, or B, you're aspiring to do that. So now putting you in the position of the potential customer, why would you invest real money with someone? I'm talking about thousands of pounds or dollars. Sounds like a lot of money, and it is. If you're going to spend that type of money, you need to know that the person that you're going to work with and trust, number one, has the background that they can help you. They've got the evidence that they've been through that solution with many people before you, and basically you're not their guinea pig to try out their latest solution on. At the end of the day, we can all be wowed by Instagram marketing or by a YouTube video, but I want us to be smarter than that as customers, and I actually believe that the market is now maturing where it seems like almost everybody has spent a lot of money in the past, they've got burnt, and they've realized, hold on a second, I actually want to ensure when I invest in anything in the future that it's going to be the right decision. So of course, there is a lot of buyer remorse, which has resulted in, of course, the market being more aware of where they put their money. So how do you, wherever you're at now, and by the way, feel free to comment below, let me know what you're up to in your business. I'll be replying to all the comments in this video, so I'd love to know what you already offer to the world or what you're thinking to offer to the world, so make sure you do comment below. So now we're looking at the buyer behavior of the target market. So you've got to put yourself in their shoes to start with. And to get to the exact reason for today's video, it's about being able to help solve the overlooked problems in your industry. What do I mean by that? Well, number one is that a lot of the time we think that we need to solve these big problems, like we're going to change the world, or we're going to help transform somebody's entire business, or if you help people on an individual level, that you're going to help them with their entire wellness and to create the life that they deserve. But that's all a bit cliche and it's a bit fluffy and it doesn't really mean anything. What we've got to be able to do is sell tangibles. And if you're in this to have a real business, then this should definitely be resonating with you right now. And the good news about this is by exposing the overlooked problems in your industry, now you get to work with your industry from a slightly different angle. Let's be honest, the majority of your competitors or the marketplace is probably trying to promote far too many things. In fact, maybe at this point, you're still promoting far too many things. Let's back up for a moment. Your market doesn't need help with everything, but what they're much more likely to connect with you on when you become a true expert in a specific area and you have a deep knowledge that you can help them with. When I used to specialize in sales transformation working with companies, I used to sit down with companies which were totally outside of my industry. I remember sitting with a company, it was a law firm, and the owner of the company looked at me and he said to me, Pete, what experience have you actually had helping law firms? And I said, actually, none. However, my job is not to know your entire business. That's your job. You know this. My job is to know this tiny bit here, which is sales and marketing, and that to have an extremely deep knowledge in how I can help you transform that component. So don't get me wrong, let's say for example, you help gyms because you've worked in gyms, you've managed them and you understand them, that can take you even further. But for now, bear in mind, the chances are that you know of a specific problem or problems which exist within an industry or with a specific group of people that is being overlooked. Every single day, they're seeking out solutions and they are skipping the obvious thing. Now, you can look at this from a simple point of view that most people, when it comes to losing weight, do not achieve the goals that they want because they are thinking, I just need to exercise, I need a New Year's resolution, or I need to take some kind of diet pill or go on some kind of fast diet. However, let's say you're a personal trainer and you also specialize in nutrition. Instead of going out and promoting how you can help everybody get in the best shape of their life, what you can do is you can educate your market in their latent pain. In other words, you can help them with the overlooked problem. They're jumping straight to cardio, they're jumping straight to diets, they're jumping straight to the latest fitness fad, where you know that if that individual or your market were to focus on a specific way of compound training or weight training or functional training, they would actually achieve a far better result. And then when you move over to the nutritional side of things, you might know that intermittent fasting will get them far better results than any diet. It's something that's sustainable, and on top of that, it's going to help them on a cellular level. So again, as a personal trainer, your job is not to promote personal training necessarily, but to educate your market so they can increase their awareness and they can become, in essence, aware of a problem that they didn't even know existed in the first place. How frustrating can it be to be going through life trying to find solutions, no matter what you do isn't working, and then somebody comes along and they say, hold on a second, it's because you've been focusing on all these different areas where actually there's a much more straightforward and simple approach over here. Now, not just selling a solution, but that person educates you and they help you to understand the real problem that's going on. So this, in essence, is why 95% of your market isn't ready to buy. Most of the time when we try and market our products or our services, what we're doing is we're focused on just telling them about the features and the benefits and how it will help them. But actually, you're only marketing to 5% of your market, which would give you their debit or credit card and say, hey, sign me up, I'm good to go. But what about this other 95% that you have the potential to help? But unfortunately, whenever you put your marketing out, it just doesn't seem to land with them. So how you can make this tangible in your business or your desired business if you're starting is to think, right, where do I truly want to specialize? And what is the overlooked problem that I've seen again and again and again? For me, when I was consulting, specializing in sales transformation, every company that reached out to me only had a budget and only wanted some sales training. And I would sit down with them and I would say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, do you mind if I ask how you got to the conclusion that what you need is sales training? And they would say, well, we're not making enough sales. I'll say, that's fair enough, but do you mind if I share what I feel is truly going on a deeper level? Because I think there might be something else which might have been missed in the process of establishing you need sales training. And they would say, well, sure, that's what we brought you in for. Do you mind sharing? I wouldn't sell my product at that stage, but I would talk to them on a deeper level, and I wouldn't be afraid to say, look, I've been listening to your sales structure and your strategy that you've got in place, and it seems like there's some work to be done. Is that fair to say? And then the decision maker would say, well, actually, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Okay, fair enough. Also, when it comes to your sales leadership, you've got this individual who's managing the team, but he's an operations manager and he hasn't done any sales leadership training. Is that correct? They would say yes. And finally, do you have any kind of proven sales blueprint or methodology that works for your business? And you've tried, tested, and proven it for your company? They say, no, we haven't, Pete. Okay, so I can help you with a bit of sales training. Unfortunately, the chances are it's still going to lead down the same route. You're going to need more sales training in a few months. Instead, what I'd love to do is have a conversation with you about truly helping you to achieve the results that you deserve in your business. Will that be okay? And then from there, I would take this 1 or 2 days sales training that they had budgeted for, and I was able to convert that into a 6-month, 12-month, or even a 2-year contract, although I'll save the details of this for another video. This is what authority is built upon. I get it, we're meant to be an influencer, we're meant to show up and be consistent and all those things. Okay, I can take or leave them. I don't know about for you, but for me, I want to know that the work that I do truly makes a difference in my clients' lives. Now, you might not come up with the answer right now, but feel free to comment below. But I do want you to know that it doesn't matter how great your marketing is or how much you show up on social media if you haven't yet chosen an area to specialize in and truly help your client with. There's more to it in terms of how we deliver that. You've got to do it articulately, got to do it in a way that positively influences them so they have those aha moments. And then from there, you'll be amazed how your client will eventually reach a stage where they say, wow, actually, this makes complete sense. Can you help me with this? And that is when you can naturally ask for the sale. That's it for today's video. Let me know your comments below. And if you didn't hit the subscribe button, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one.